Education are not sufficient. They may have been given to him by the minister himself, and it is our view that the minister should come to this house since the matters we are raising are so weighty. And the matters, much as they relate only to co-curricular activities, Mr. Speaker, there are still very weighty matters in the Ministry of Education that we need ample time to be able to get the minister here to answer the question so that we can also be able to ask him directly and see him in the eye if he's going to tell the nation what does not appertain outside there. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Melly.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I want to agree with
the issue before the House.
Yes, the issue before the House is very weighty.
Hold your horses.
Yes.
The issue raised by Milemba and supported.
Yes.
Take your seat.
Yes.
You are not here yesterday. Was twofold.
Yes.
Number one, the children have gone to Meru for some activities. Have they been supported financially by the ministry? If not, why? Number two, the capitation money, when it goes to the schools, is it true that education officials in the headquarters of various counties call schools to bring a portion of that money to their offices for purposes that they describe? Members have said several things. So if no money is taken to the offices of education officers, and all these honorable members, and I have no doubt everybody else honorable, are saying such money is paid, then it is up to you to make an inquiry as to why this money is paid, to who, and for what purpose. And if the payment is an irregularity, who do you hold accountable and the redress therefrom? Go ahead.
Honorable Speaker, thank you so much. And I want to say this. It is true that students, as has been said, are having problems. Last year, Honorable Mbui raised a question. And we took it all the way and we inquired. And we found that even teachers who were in provincial regional games in Nakuru and other parts of the country were not paid their dues. We took it up and we took it to the CS then. We even took it to the Principal Secretary. Honorable members of the Education Committee who are here are well aware that we had invited the CS and the Principal Secretary to come before the committee a few days ago, and he has failed to attend. Honorable, he failed to attend, not he failed to attend. Yes. He gave apologies. Honorable Speaker, it will be proper. Yes, as a committee, we'll take an inquiry into it, but at the same time, it is also good that the CS himself appear before the House because he's the principal administrative officer of the sector, because I can't respond to issues that are administrative to the sub-county level. So it will be proper that he comes himself. He'll be able to tell us which officers, which regions, and if there are no officers taking these particular problems, he's the one supposed to explain. However, I think this is a very weighty matter. We shall take an inquiry as an education committee and invite the CS and the PS and all the relevant officers. I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Oluoji, what was your point of order?
Thank you, Speaker. I just wanted to confirm that while my daughter is not stranded there, but as a parent, I can confirm that I was asked to pay 23,000 Kenya shillings for my child to participate in the Kenya Music Festival. So this is actually a confirmation that there is something seriously wrong and we need to audit what is actually happening between the money going for capitation and the money that is going back. I can confirm that I was asked to pay 23,000 Kenya shillings.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I wish to confirm that there's a primary school from my constituency, Gororukesa Primary School in Sagante Jaldesa Ward. The head teacher called me that unless he's supported, they are unlikely to attend the music festival in Meru. So we had to chip in to actually fuel the vehicle that was taking the youngsters to that venue. So for that reason, I think there's no point of trying to beat a dead horse. This is a weighty matter, and the committee must be charged to provide answers to this House. If there's not enough funding, then certain activities should not actually be taken up in vain. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Is that Lochakapong or Faisal? Who is the member at the back raising his hand? Is it? Yes. Who? Lekumondare.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, this issue of extracurriculum in schools is a very big problem with the parents and the teachers and the students. Mr. Speaker, even the education officials sometimes refuse even children to participate unless the school contributes to that kitty. So it is an issue which the ministry has to address. Otherwise, if we, as members of parliament, we don't support even those children to go and participate, they will not go, and there are no money. It is the parents which contribute for them in every stage, Mr. Speaker, from the sub-county, county, and the region, including what they are doing in Meru. So it is an issue, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
Ochanda.
Mike, Mr. Speaker, I've run a very quick math in terms of the monies that we've been talking about. 76 bob per child in a school of around 500 kids is 38,000. This 38,000 is supposed to run the schools from the inter-school at the zonal level, from the zone to the sub-county, then from the sub-county to the county, all through to these levels. It is impossible. It's basically impossible, Mr. Speaker. So this House, we really don't want to preside over the ministry collapsing, or the sector collapsing. We really have to get ways of how to address this, Mr. Speaker.
Kosing.
I thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, there's a problem. It is the truth. There's a problem in education, and particularly this money called extracurricular activities. Honorable Speaker, the minister himself must present himself here. There's nobody who carries the responsibility of the minister. I'm sure Honorable, my good friend, is suffering. But there's a problem, Honorable Speaker. And the minister, while watching in Mombasa, had brought up this issue with him, or as my responsibility as MP of Boko South. Speaker, there is a notorious education director in Kapenguria who is collecting this money. It is true, Honorable Speaker, there is a problem in this money. And unless this House takes its responsibility, Speaker, and leads, there is a problem. And therefore, I'm proposing the minister must stop whatever is happening in Mombasa and appear before the House next week, Tuesday, Honorable Speaker. Order that he comes next week, Tuesday. And then we deal with him. Because we cannot allow him, Honorable Speaker, to enjoy himself in Mombasa while our children are suffering in Meru. It cannot work, Honorable Speaker. You have the power, in accordance with Standing Order number 1, Honorable Speaker, order that minister to appear on Tuesday, Honorable Speaker. We deal with him here properly, Honorable Speaker. I thank you.
There is no evidence that he's enjoying himself in Mombasa. Yes, Milemba. Member.
Well, I wanted to indicate that one honorable member seems to calculate the money is going to school from a point of body mass. You must know that not all students participate in the games. And then the bigger lump sum is what is used to benefit all the students. But then what I was going to say is that the minister, Honorable Speaker, and I think the Honorable Speaker should have listened to this because it may inform his decision making. Has been sorting to get the CAs for the last several weeks. They have invited him even more than 4 times, and he's not appearing to them. He has been invited to this house by yourself, he has not come. We are dealing with a matter that is just beyond what we think it is. And the chair should be frank enough to indicate that, so that it is only you possibly who can save this country by inviting that minister to this floor. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Order. Honorable members, chair of the committee, you know your authority. You invite, If the invite is not honored, you summon. If the summon is not honored, there are consequences. So you don't need to cry on this floor that minister is not attending to you. You have the instruments of authority in the standing orders, unless you don't know what powers you have. Osoro and Meli, you can see very clearly that you need the minister to come here and explain to the House, more particularly his assertion in the statement that no cent is paid by any school to any education office, and the continuing assertions by members that they know that money is paid to schools and paid back to education offices, a portion of it, for whatever reason. So I direct you to get the minister here on Wednesday to respond to these questions. As we go to the next, allow me to acknowledge St. Teresa's Girls School from Samburu, East Samburu, and St. Patrick Simotuo School from Pokoti South, West Pokot. On my behalf and on behalf of the House, we welcome the students, their teachers, and those accompanying them to the House. Now to the questions. Majority Leader, can you bring in the Minister for Interior?
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, the Minister for Interior is not in today. Yeah, I have just received a letter, Honorable Speaker, from, signed by Dr. Raymond Omolo, who is the Principal Secretary. And if you allow me, Honorable Speaker, to just quote that, he says that he acknowledges receipt of the letter inviting him, to, the Cabinet Secretary, to appear before this House on 6th August 2025 at 2:30 p.m. Then it says that regrettably, the date and the time set for the session coincides with a previously arranged high-level full-day security meeting with the Cabinet Secretary will be attending alongside senior security officials. So the PS writes to respectively request a deferment of the scheduled appearance to respond to the parliamentary questions, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, the letter is signed and written by the PS. It's becoming a new norm, Honorable Speaker, also, that this House, the letter is dated yesterday, 5th of August. Honorable Speaker, this House summons the minister, because the minister is supposed to appear before this entire plenary, Honorable Speaker, but the response is from the PS. And I think now I leave it to you, Honorable Speaker, from your position to give further guidelines, because if the minister is invited, then it should be actually the minister responding to this House the reasons as to why he shouldn't be appearing, Honorable Speaker, and not the Principal Secretary. In any case, Honorable Speaker, the CS has an obligation to this House, and the PS has an obligation to the specific committees, Honorable Speaker. This is not a committee. This is a plenary. It's a full House. I therefore wish to submit, Honorable Speaker, that we do not have the minister present today, going by this letter, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Osoro, as sitting in the Majority Leader's seat, that letter you have read to the House came to the Speaker's chamber yesterday, and the Speaker declined to excuse the minister from coming to the House today. Remember last week, Wednesday, the same minister was supposed to be here. He didn't show up. His PS wrote to Parliament. The invitations go to the minister, you're right, not to the PS. The PS is a stranger to the matter. I direct you to ensure that on Wednesday at 2:30, the Minister for Interior is here to respond to questions raised by members, failing which summons will issue.
Much obliged, Honorable Speaker. Thank you.
Yes. Next order. Mama Zamzam, what is it? All the clerk.
Mheshimiwa Spika, mimi nasikitika sana. Toka mwezi jana kuna shughuli ambayo nimekuwa nayo ama nimekuwa na issue ambayo ni nzito sana, ambayo hata pengine mtu maisha yake yako hatarini, na ilikuwa namuuliza waziri. Lakini kama yeye atakuwa hawezi kuchukulia kwa makini hili jumba, itakuwa natudharaulisha sisi sote. We are representative of the people. Na kama tunakuja hapa na maswali kumuuliza, na yeye anatuma PS wake ambaye pia ukimpigia simu hashiki, ukimwandikia message hajibu, sisi tunawauliza tumeweka kwenye hizo ofisi kufanya kitu gani? Maisha ya kijana yuko hatarini, ameenda kuchukua ID, anaambiwa ID yake ilitoka kitambo na imefanya robbery mahali, mtoto anaozea kule ndani ya seli huko Nyamira. Yeye kama ni mtoto wake angesikia vipi? Mimi nasikia uchungu, Mheshimiwa Spika. Lazima waziri aje hapa anielezee mimi mama Mombasa hatma ya yule mtoto, sio mambo ya upuzi kutuma hapa mabarua na PS wao. Hii serikali lazima isonge mbele, wasiweze kumregesha rais nyuma. Asante sana Mheshimiwa Spika.
Yes, Osoro.
Speaker, I want to take note of the two directions that you've given. You earlier gave the direction of inviting the Minister for Education next week at 2:30 on Wednesday.
Minister for Education is on a very narrow single issue.
Okay.
The children in Meru and the money going to schools and going to officers.
Okay.
It's the only issue. There are no other questions.
So both of them should appear on Wednesday 2:30.
2:30.
Much obliged.
Yes. Yes, Mbui, on the same issue?
Yeah, Mr. Speaker, just to confirm something, because I have a question that
Yes.
was also to be responded to.
Yes.
And Mr. Speaker, I've seen there's almost 10 questions to the same CS. There's still about 10 questions to the same CS from across, members from across the political divide, which are very, very serious. And Mr. Speaker, several times you've even said that one of the ministries that has a lot of questions that are asked in this house is actually that particular ministry. So, Mr. Speaker, I want the CS to know that even though there is separation of powers, there is interdependence and there is independence. But we must work together to ensure that people get services that they deserve. For him to ignore some, to come to the house 2 times in a row, Mr. Speaker, I think that's unacceptable. And he must know that this house has the power to even get him out of that office, because it is this house that gave him that office. So, Mr. Speaker, let him be warned not to continue ignoring the power of the house.
Yes, Chonga.
Thank you, Speaker. I had a serious issue regarding the CS education that I wanted to point out to you. Apart from what we're talking about, the kids in Meru, we have kids who are in Kakamega, who are on rugby and some other games. One of the schools from Kilifi South, St. Paul Harris Girls, is in Kakamega. They're challenging they are defending their championship for rugby in Kenya. After that, they'll be required to go to South Africa. Already, Speaker, I am the one who's footing the bill for them in Kakamega. What is going to happen if these girls qualify to go to South Africa, yet the ministry, as they are in Kenya, is doing nothing about that? The question that should be asked about to the CS is not about the games that are going on. It's not about the games that are going on in Meru, but also what is going on in Kakamega, more especially for the international games the kids are going to face. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, Kerry, what's your point of order?
Honorable Speaker, the Honorable Chonga is raising an issue that's very emotive, and I can see even from his presentation. I was seeking guidance from you, Honorable Speaker. Being a man who understands language, our reference to our children as kids, while we know very well that the kid is the little one of a goat, and we have taken it up as colloquial and made it to be now an established reference to our children, I wanted you to find Honorable Chonga out of order for misusing this word that is not appropriate for children who are in school. He can refer to them as pupils or as learners or as students. But kids, this is the little one, the offspring of a goat or a sheep. Our children are not kids. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
I'm sure the reason you are challenging him is because you understood what he said. Yes, Mother.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I think you have put it at rest. I think our children have not really complained. But, Mr. Speaker, mine is on the CS in charge of security. Mr. Speaker, 2 times is too many to not appear. And it has been a while. You queue questions, then it takes so long. Mr. Speaker, security issues are emerging issues. Like now, Mr. Speaker, I'll tell you I'm already queuing to ask a question on the pimping of girls in my Mahiu. Children being pimped out as sex slaves, Mr. Speaker.
It was on BBC last evening.
And Mr. Speaker, some of these issues may not wait as long because those women are on camera. They should be arrested and in good time, Mr. Speaker. So maybe just to ride as we queue the questions, that can also be part of the issues that he responds to. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Have the pimps been arrested?
No, not yet. And that's what we need to get from the CS, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, there was an elaborate program about it on BBC. Osoro, yes, Honorable Karole Omondi.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker.
I want us to go to the next.
Yes, I think we need to interrogate this matter a little further by focusing on the leadership of the House. I think that's where the problem is, or it is in our standing orders. I've seen it takes so long for questions addressed to ministers to be answered in this House. And yet parliamentary practice in other jurisdictions, you ask a question, in 2-3 days, the minister has appeared and answered it. I watched proceedings in the House of Commons in Australia, in Canada. But here, we tend to imagine summoning a minister here requires some ceremony, where we have to wait for 3 weeks, 2 months. We are not serving parliament, and I think it is the failure of the leadership. If it is the majority side that schedules ministerial appearances, let us look at the standing orders. We cannot ask questions, queue for 2 months until the gist of the question has evaporated. The subject matter is no longer relevant. Then the fellow appears here to answer questions. I think there's a fundamental problem
you
on this issue.
You have made the point.
Thank you.
Osoro, you've heard what I've directed. There are many, many questions from your colleagues to Interior, to Education, to Health, and to Roads. Those are the ministries that take the bulk of questions. And when His Excellency the President wrote to the House through the Speaker, requiring us to change our standing orders to allow ministers to come here, it was on the clear understanding that chairmen and chairpersons of committees have limitations in responding to supplementary questions, and that ministers, as those in charge of policy in their ministries, must come here and speak for and on behalf of the government and the people of Kenya. So inform the ministers who have failed us today. The Honorable OGAMBA at least send a note and an inadequate message through the chairman. The Minister for Interior, this is the second time in a row where they're just flying around letters instead of coming to Parliament. And you yourself have rightly said, you cannot invite the minister and there's a PS response to tell you that the minister is not coming. That is an assault on the dignity of this House. Ensure that next Wednesday, the 2 ministers are here by 2:30. Yes, Carrier.
This is the direction that we have been seeking. Mr. Speaker, is to ask if the direction you're giving could be extended also to appearances before committees, because the same thing that you're seeing in plenary is what is happening in committees. Committees, especially departmental committees, are inviting ministers and PSs, and they are not running short of excuses as to why they should not appear before these committees that have been given powers by the Constitution, our laws, and the standing orders to be doing these periodic reviews of the departments and ministries and agencies that we are superintending over. So, Mr. Speaker, my request is whatever direction you have given should be extended also to the appearance before committees. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
It will be so. Honorable members, allow me to acknowledge in the public gallery, I hope the students are still there, Prince Model School from Kilgoris, Narok, Laboso Vision Academy from Kipkelion, Kericho, World of Life School from Sambweni, Kwale, Kabel Comprehensive School from Baringo South, Baringo, and Chukuni School from Kitui West, Kitui. On my behalf and on behalf of the House, we welcome the students, their teachers, and those accompanying them to the House of Parliament. Next order.
Order number 8, the Plant Protection Bill, National Assembly Bill number 28 of 2025, first reading. A bill for an act of Parliament to provide a regulatory and institutional framework for the prevention of introduction, establishment, and spread of plant pests, management of plant pests, facilitate safe trade in plants, plant products, and other regulated articles, and for connected purposes. Order number 9, the Capital Markets Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 30 of 2025, first reading. A bill for an act of Parliament to amend the Capital Markets Act. Order number 10, the Equalization Fund Appropriation Bill, Senate Bill number 7 of 2025, first reading. A bill for an act of Parliament to authorize the issue of a sum of money out of the Equalization Fund and its application towards the service of the year ending 30th June 2026 to appropriate that sum for certain public basic services and for connected purposes. Order number 11, the County Allocation of Revenue Bill, Senate Bill number 9 of 2025, second reading.
Honorable members, is the chair budget here, Atandi? Honorable members, order. Order.